I'd like to welcome everybody in the public gallery tonight, young people and their parents, and we too will be supporting the motion. It's a very good motion, and we've been here before. I think it was only about 5-6 months ago we were essentially talking about the same thing, and it doesn't give me any pleasure, Minister, but your government and successive governments have let these families down, and that's not a personal jibe at you. You know, I don't try to personalise things, but the government, and you will admit, this government and other governments have failed these families. And the main thing is to get this right rather than wrong, and to come back here in another year's time, you know, because it's in all our interests that, you know, the children get the intervention that they need. And 2017 was a watershed moment, and I remember Simon Harris at the time saying, you know, no child would be waiting more than 4 months. And that was, I have to say, I said fair play to that man for doing that and saying that. But that didn't come to fruition. In fact, you know, the waiting times in relation to have stagnated or increased, and that's extremely disappointing. And there's a level of mistrust, there's a level of anger and frustration in relation to all them families. And that is very, very difficult to calculate and quantify when you see your child suffering and in pain without timely intervention. And like, we have very, very qualified medical practitioners in this country. We have a world-class system. We are a very wealthy country, but yet these children are in a position where they just can't get the intervention that they need. And it's it boggles the minds that this keeps happening. A task force is a very good idea. I think, you know, it gives people other than the medical profession a democratic voice in that. And I think it's very important to have not this paternalistic approach to a lot of things that we have in our system. And we have to learn from what we get right and what we get wrong, and what we can do right here and internationally around you know, scoliosis surgery. And it's really, really important that we do that. And action is needed, Minister. I'm sure you'll agree. I just hope we're not back here in 6 months to a year's time. I really hope not. And I heard your intervention earlier. You know, the amendment is disappointing. There's no doubt about that. You know, it is disappointing to hear that. But I really think these families now want to go beyond being in here in the public gallery or outside here. You know, they want to see their children getting the timely intervention that they need, and that's what they deserve. And hopefully we're not back here in 6 months' time talking about the exact same thing. Thank you.